Hey class, in this video, we're going to look at some additional wall charts that you may see in my room to help, facilitate learning and to redirect students when they're off task. We're going to talk about the word math, beginning of class, before you leave, I'm done, and I wasn't here. These are some common things or topics that will come up in class, and I want to just give some light to some definitions for this. Okay, so let's start by talking about this idea of math. In my class, math means something a little different. It means that mistakes allow thinking to happen. So very often, Mr. McCray might be at the board or doing something in small groups, and he will get halfway through a problem and he'll say, "Well, that makes no sense. That doesn't check. That doesn't," and he will find out he's made a mistake, and it's all good. The longer I teach math, the more mistakes I make. But without mistakes, you can't actually think through a problem. Honestly, guys, those that have sports as something that you love doing, you realize in a learning situation, you learn a lot more from a L than you ever do from a win. So when you lose, it allows you to get better. So new acronym, new definition for math is mistakes allow thinking to happen. Okay, very important. All right, beginning of class, guys. Very often I'll see something that is not right towards the way we enter class, and instead of me putting words to it, I'm just going to point to the sign that refers to the beginning of class, and I'm going to ask you, are you are all those checks? Are you handling all those checks? Meaning, did you come in quietly? Did you get what you needed to do now? Did you turn in your homework before you took a seat? Did you get started immediately? And are you doing it silently? And if you don't have all those things checked, make some self adjustment. So again, I like to say, I think if we communicate, we can handle most things. You and I one on one. But if I find like we're not problem solving correctly, then we got to take it to another level. Okay. Often I see people who are not doing this right. And I will actually point you to the wall chart that speaks to before you leave. Did you put your supplies away or did you leave them out? Is your area clean or are you waiting for somebody to pick up after you? Are the desks straightened out? Did you gather all your things or are you going to have to get a pass to come back in 2, 3 minutes because you left something? All right. So we don't want that. This is often the case. Oh, I'm done, Mr. McCray. I'm going to point to the wall chart and I'm going to ask you, are you? All right. All right. Did you give your, are you handing your work to Mr. McCray? Are you turning it in where you're supposed to put it? Or worse than that, are you just putting it on my desk? That's a big no-no. If you're done, are there other things that are delinquent? Are you going to check Google Classroom? Because if not, well, I'm in the wrong place. If you're not, that's an opportunity for you to fix it. And obviously, if everything is where it should be, get some extra credit assignments. All right? Because nobody works at 100% all of the time. All right, finally. All right, we talked a little bit about this yesterday with our classroom helpers. If you're out a few days, you don't see Mr. McCray. You go to the classroom binder manager, and they'll have sorted out the things you missed. But some more often than not, I'll have assignments loaded online for you. Go to Google Classroom, figure out, take a look at what was assigned and what has to be done, and obviously instructional videos on missed lessons. It is your responsibility to make up any work. So if you need to watch these lessons during lunch because you don't have um, things at home, make it happen. All right. When the assignments is complete, check it off. Okay. So in this short video, we were able to talk about what happens when you wasn't there. I'm done. Before you leave, beginning of class, and the definition of math.